Well, joining me now in our Lagos studio, I have Tunji Abdulhamid, a lawyer and public affairs analyst. Good to have you on The Breakfast Show today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, from a legal standpoint, what does Section 4, subsection 2 of the Lagos E-Haling guidelines mean? It's quite hard to imagine that these companies will give up access to their database without legal fight. Litigation must also be useful in helping to shape Nigeria's data privacy regulation. What's your take on this?
Yeah, there is nothing bad in it. I think we have been clamoring in this country to have data. You know, one of our problems in this country is lack of data. We can't even determine who is doing this, who is doing that. So I think the government regulation regarding e-hailing is a welcome development as far as I'm concerned, and is in line with the law. The duty of the government is to ensure security of the state, and to ensure that security, you must have adequate data. In other words, in this type of business, whereby you see commuter drivers and the riders together, their life they must have that confidence that they are secure, they are safe. In other words, if there's any crime or anything is committed by anybody, they'll be able to trace that person to where it is. So there should not be an issue regarding government having access to your data. Ordinarily, it's a normal thing for government to have access to your data. And I think it's not anything bad, it's not anything contrary to the law.
But some say it's best asking how collecting the details of accidents or even having access to the entirety of database of e-hailing companies is of public interest.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That look, having access to the data is to protect the public, the security of the driver and security of the riders. So in other words, the government having data having your data, including your vehicle and whatever, be able to, if there's any accident or any crime is committed by you, they'll be able to know who and who committed the crime.
But don't you think this also contravenes the profiling that they've already had and registration processes? Are you saying there's a fault with the e-hailing service providers, that they are not doing enough, hence it is the duty of government to sanitize their operations?
Yeah, it is the duty of government to sanitize the situation, because I'm aware when some of them came in initially, they were doing the right thing in terms of profiling. I think the likes of Uber and Bolt, they were doing the right thing at that time. But now that they are seeing competitors from like for instance MyCab and others, they tend to relax their profiling. So I think it's good for government to improve on this profiling.
Now, there must also be comprehensive insurance cover, which is expected to also cover drivers. To what extent should we also push for this conversation? At the end of the day, if you're saying safety of the drivers and also the passengers is key, then insurance cover is critical.
Yeah, insurance, even not only for drivers, it's for everybody is critical. But in our country, we don't take it as a serious issue. We need to have an insurance. In other words, the new rule requires the app company, the app company to provide insurance cover, comprehensive insurance cover for both the driver and the rider. In other words, if you are riding on any of the platforms, you are sure if anything happens, you are covered by insurance. I think it's a good one for the government.
At the end of the day, compliance is key, and would like to see an improved sector. Looking at the growth, we can definitely explore looking at e-hailing taxi services in the country. Thank you very much for your time on The Breakfast Show today, Tunji Abdulhamid.
Thank you for having me.